This is the part 2, and this will be our diagnostic, and this is the short answer response. I'm going to read the article to you, and then I will read you the graphic organizer, which you will have to fill in, just like we have been for the whole entire year in 7th grade when we were filling out short answer responses. All right, so as you read this text written by Ashley Bryan, think about why he chose the title, Let No One Stop You. Let No One Stop You by Ashley Bryan. I grew up in New York City during the Great Depression. During this time, the government sponsored a program that employed artists and musicians to teach in communities across the country. My parents sent the 6 of us children to these free art and music classes in our Bronx neighborhood. Learn to entertain yourselves, my parents said. My father played instruments, guitar, saxophone, piano, and my mother sang all day long as she went about the apartment. Many of the songs that she sang were spirituals, a genre of music created by African Americans during slavery. We all sang He's Got the Whole World in His Hands, When the Saints Go Marching In, and This Little Light of Mine. I learned early that, despite oppression, Black slaves created thousands of spirituals, now loved and sung throughout the world. We were all singing, drawing, painting, and playing instruments. My parents said, if you are doing something creative and constructive, don't let anyone or anything stop you. The years passed. It was 1940, and I was in my senior year of high school. I had continued drawing and painting, entertaining myself and others. I had hoped to go on to college and study art. With 6 children to support, my parents could not afford my college tuition. I would have to be granted a scholarship in order to go on. My high school teachers helped me to prepare a strong portfolio, and I began the rounds. At a major art school, I was told, this is the best portfolio we have seen, but it should be a waste to give a scholarship to a colored person. Art meant everything to me, and I was determined to find a way to go on. My art teachers told me about a college where only the work handed in would be seen and evaluated. I took the exams for that college, the Cooper Union. I was fortunate to be one of the small group of students admitted to the art program. I was the only Black person in the freshman class. I always remember those words my parents said during my early years. It is good early on to hear words that support us, words that prepare us for obstacles. And I will always have with me the legacy of Black slaves who taught me to be free in my mind, imagination, and creativity. Let no one or nothing stop you in your desire to create. Who is Ashley Bryan? Ashley Bryan is the illustrator or author of more than 30 children's books, including several collections of spirituals. His book, Beat the Story Drum, Pum Pum, won the Coretta Scott King Illustrator Award, and 6 others were Coretta Scott King honor books. Here is your short answer response. How did artist and author Ashley Bryan show determination in the face of adversity? Use evidence from the text to support your response. This is where you use your APEPES strategy. Ashley Bryan showed determination in the face of adversity by, you will write what Ashley Bryan did. In the article, it says this is where you need to choose a direct quote from the story that supports your answer. The next part says this means that. Miss PK crossed that out. We kind of are thinking that way, but we're not writing it. So you have to explain what this quote means. The next part says, in the article, it also states you have to pick another direct quote to show how Ashley Bryan showed determination in the face of adversity and kind of explain that quote once again. And lastly, it says, in conclusion, Ashley Bryan was able to show determination in the face of adversity by blank and blank. You have to fill this in. Use the article. That is where you'll find your evidence. Think about what the story was talking about, and you should do a good job.